Hi, welcome to Ethereal Mechanics. This is a kind of a behind-the-scenes / cat chat. In this video, we're going to discuss one of the problems that held me up for a little while. I'm not going to give this. What happened was I was going to produce a video for the Patreon members and explain to them what was holding up Ethereal Mechanics. It was an interesting problem in mathematics / physics. But I was going to produce a video, and during the production of that video, I figured out the solution. I'm only going to present the solution to the Patreon members, but I'm going to present what the problem was to everybody so you can see what's going on behind the scenes, and the people that aren't Patreon members can see that progress is being made if you so choose to become a Patreon member and support this cause. The nature of the problem has to do with the hypo matter model. For those who aren't Patreon members, the hypo matter is a new electromagnetism hypothetical model of matter, has two pretons in orbit about each other. This is a hypothetical model of matter. From the new energy paradigm that's released only on the Patreon site, we have derived or inferred, or I don't know what the right word is, that the correct model of matter is a second order system of pretons, which this is. This isn't the right second order system of pretons because this has problems. It doesn't get certain things right. But we're using it on the things that it does get right to help leverage ourselves into what would be the correct second order system of pretons. And when I developed this model, 20 years ago, I developed that this model produces energy, and the amount of energy using classical nomenclature is E equals mc squared. And that is in the paper. I believe it's either newelectromagnetism.pdf or newgravity.pdf. I don't remember which one. But those derivations, even though they gave the right answer, I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with them because they basically say the system is static. And if the theory is correct, according to the new energy paradigm, that if you change the state of something, that's work, and any work requires a consumption of fuel, that being the consumption of ether. And what we need to show is how this model consumes ether continuously, so that we can link ether consumption to the states of the pretons. And so let me show you what the original, let's talk about the two original methods. The first method was to use Coulomb's law and take one charge and put it within the diameter and find out how much energy you had using 2 point charges. And that actually comes out to 1/2 mc squared. And then the other energy from the classical derivation was, well, okay, if we were to end up stopping rotation, what would be the inertia that would be released into my finger if I tried to stop the rotation? And that also came out to 1/2 mc squared. And you add those two together, you get mc squared. Fine. So what we need to do is show is where is the work being done? Because where the work is being done is where the ether is being consumed. You know, assuming all the stuff that's gone before is correct, obviously. Well, since these pretons are orbiting in a circular orbit, the whole idea of accelerating it inward, that is work. And that's where we need to derive the energy. And so I said to myself, self, what if, using the same technique for deriving centripetal acceleration, you've got this preton in its arc, and it's being accelerated, and for every little arc, we do a derivation just like they do, and say, well, how much is this distance along the force, which is inward from the new induction model? And then if we take this force times this distance and integrate that up around the circle, we should end up with a value that indicates how much energy is being consumed using new induction to keep this system in its arc. Okay, but if you do this integration, it comes out to 0. I even tried doing this using numerical integration. It came out to 0. And so I tried another way. I said, well, let's just do the simple, stupid, okay, well, we know the centripetal acceleration is the centripetal acceleration, the tangential velocity here is c, the speed of light, and we have the radius. And we know centripetal acceleration is equal to v squared over the radius. Well, since that's the acceleration, since that would be c squared over r, well, I mean, we can just do with a simple thing you learn in physics where distance is equal to 1/2 at squared. Okay? And you actually get a number doing it this way. But this doesn't really ring true either, because this is derived assuming that the acceleration is always in the direction of your motion. In this case, our motion is changing. And so there's the conundrum, is how do you do this? We know we have acceleration, we have force, and because this thing is being curved around in an arc, there's got to be an effective distance that accounts for that. And that was the conundrum I was going to put out to the Patreon and say, how do you solve this problem? I figured it out. It actually blows my mind, because there's an ambiguity in energy that I've complained about. And this actually shows that that ambiguity in energy is going to have to be resolved. And that is the solution. And it actually comes up with a really interesting number when you do it the right way. So, if you want to see the right way, you're going to have to become a Patreon subscriber. I'm sorry. But, you know, I've done this for 20 years on my dime. It's time other people's, the answers are coming quick. I know, and I'm sorry to my Patreon folks. I've been offline a little while. There's just so much going on, and I've got so little time to do stuff. That's why this is a hand-drawn video and not nice, neat printed slides and all that stuff. Sorry about that. But you get the idea. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.